My lighting looks like I'm about to reveal my secret plan. Well, look, don't give it away too early.
That's facts.
That's facts. Matera Fairy. So the thing is, right, about this matchup is that I feel like we've seen less Matera lately. A lot of people have been very hot about Fairy. I'm happy to see Reynald playing Fairy because he was playing Ladiva and Fairy. I think this is a good character for him to play. But this matchup is really interesting. There's a lot of like weird angles these characters can both occupy on the screen. In particular, you see a lot of back hop or like double or jump back skill into air arrow from Dadpool to try to like snipe stuff. It's cool. Yeah, wow, round start H. Uh-huh. That's a combo, run up. No, it just takes the whip again. Yeah, and Reynald playing this character, I think a lot of people, if you know Reynald, it seems kind of weird. But I think this character lets him play in like a really, yeah, like degenerate but like frustrating playstyle, and I think that's where he, what's it called, really excels. Nice, that was a good use of his air mobility to avoid, what's it called? Avoid the 2H from Reynald. Damn, that was a beatdown.
That was almost a near perfect from Pinoy Boy. Triple X.
How Normaya will fare versus Fairy? It depends. I mean, to her counter looks like it's good against projectiles, and you know, Fairy's not really like putting out lots of projectiles. She's putting out buttons.
Nice block there from Dadpool and escaping, double jumping.
Yeah, I wonder if double jumping out of this setup is actually good. Nice challenge. I wonder if double jumping out of the setup is good because you, what's it called? Damn, that sucked. He activated both arrows. He didn't want that. Double jumping might be good because if he does instant overhead, you maybe get out of the setup.
Oh, he gets set up after. Oh my
This
God,
hurts.
he's still going. I think that
I could have ended the combo a little earlier. This is kill. Yeah.
Yeah, more than enough. I was gonna say maybe unnecessary.
He could have done EX arrow. He had I think he already used mid arrow, but this character is interesting because Matera has to use her EX arrow for knockdowns, right? Damn! If he got the juggle off, that would have been tight. Yeah, you have to use the EX arrows for knockdowns, so that was like the EX slow arrow. Oh, it's over. Yeah, arrow gets triggered here, and now, yeah, EX arrows are bad trades for Reynald. He dies to any EX arrow.
Oh my God, that is a perfect.
Smoked.
Dear God.
Yo, that 7 golden letters look prettier than Tekken's.
Yo, Reynald is impressed. Look at the smirk on his face. He's like, I see you.
Yeah, Dadpool is, you know, I don't think he had played the game much last week.
It's gone, dude.
And now I think he's messed with the game a little bit more. He's like a tech monster that is very, very smart about how he comes up with stuff. He comes up with answers very quickly. So he's definitely someone that if you want to learn like the technical side of how to deal with a lot of stuff, I think he's a good answer. Wow, is that the first uppercut Reynald has done? Yes, her sweep is cheap, by the way. I think Fairy's sweep is extremely good. It trades really favorably with like lots of projectiles, and you can cancel it like you can cancel most of the sweeps in this game.
Probably.
Yeah, counter hits so it combos.
You know, he hasn't gone for an overhead.
I think what Reynald should do in that setup is you see Dadpool is standing up after the second hit. So like notice he does like low and then standing LL, and then he stands up here because he's scared of the instant overhead. I think Reynolds should start doing a little bit more staggered lows to try to throw off the defensive timing.
Yeah. That's a specialty, right? Too far out for you.
Reynolds is really, really good KOF player. He's an Evo champion, obviously extremely good at Dragon Ball, good at this game. He's good at whatever game he plays. He's just really good at fighting games.
Yeah, you knew he was trying to get out of the corner. I think it was just like a delayed input.
Oh. That's punish. Yeah, super skybound art. This hurts. Because she does like 4 hits in the air, and then she arrows, and then she drops that ass. Does a lot of damage.
Super skybound art there from Dadpool because he had, what, less than 20% left over? Match point for... Nope, this is winner's finals. It's 3 out of 5, baby. I forgot.
It should be 1-1 anyway. Jeremy didn't update the scores, but he's also commentating, so...
Yeah, what's good about
if you start to see Fairy players do what Reynald is doing, which is like light or something like that into the whip, you can roll through it. Punish.
Only if you hit it or if they block it. So if they dodge completely,
yeah, he gets a combo off it. Oh.
So it's very smart for Reynald to do that. No
Far H, unfortunately.
Full skybound art.
Yeah, that sequence is great. You just take the chip and the spacing after. Where it leaves Fairy is like she's like -7 or something after, but like with tons of pushback and in like the perfect range for that character.
You don't watch my CPT stuff either.
No roll.
You don't watch my CPT stuff either. Oh, yo, double butterfly? I do. Yo, you're dead. Oh, you're actually eating a lot of damage.
You're dead.
I thought it was gonna lead to a corner setup.
Yeah, Fairy's extremely good.
But I was totally off.
That butterfly hit, it looked like you could maybe get a setup at the end, but yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
The last time I heard you being this.
Okay, so as soon as that EX whip is gone too, by the way, I think that this is really where you kind of just throw mid-range arrows as Dadpool, right? You're much less worried about EX whip beating a projectile.
And that's so smart from Reynald, just ducking the projectile.
Yeah, as soon as you bait that out, this is one thing about Matera that's extremely good, by the way. Her standing L looks like an arrow shot, right? I mean, essentially it is, right? Because she does, he does it after this. It's what baits the EX whip. You see that little ground shot she does? It's her standing low. That ground shot is a bait. You see that? Reynald immediately did EX, right? He's like, oh shit, and he reacted to it. So when you see Fairy throw out EX whip, I think that's when you can start to bully her because you know she doesn't have a far confirm that's very scary anymore. You're just like, okay, well, EX whip is not available for X amount of time, right? Yeah, this actually, that's pretty good damage into the knockdown. Oh no!
Sending off the signal flare.
Oh man, he needs to stop whipping those.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
As soon as she commits to that, especially in a matchup like this, the EX arrow, you can just sort of, you know, start to bully her. Arrow, yeah, butterfly out. You're okay with this. If you're Dadpool, you're totally okay with Reynald breaking that throw. This is a pretty disadvantageous position for him to be in. Misses into an overhead. You're still chilling here. You just need, yeah, those arrows are very scary. Oh my god.
Nice block there from Dadpool.
Yeah, he doesn't have EX whip or EX GG. Oh my
god. Is it too
god.
far? No, it's not. Yeah! That was sick.
I think you see what happens is like, this is one thing about Matera in general, right? Is that Reynald just starts bullying his way in with roll constantly. Roll, fierce, EX GG, instant overhead. As soon as like space is created again, he's roll, right? You just roll over and over and over and over. And like, the thing about Matera is to stop that, you need to stick out a button. You can't just sit there and like, you know, do arrow over and over. So like, he just bullies his way in.
No, it's not. Yeah!
Is it too far? No, it's not. Yeah.
That was actually OD.
The thing is, you need to stand there on the ground and wait for the roll if she's committing to that.
That's that bullshit.
Yeah, the EX arrow was the right angle. It was just like slightly early, I think. Reynald rolled it and rolled into it, kind of, you know?
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
That's what you got to do right there. You see that heavy arrow there into the skill? Yeah, that will beat the roll forward. At least it'll challenge it too, right? So you're like, hey, you can't just get away with this for free. EX arrow's gone, so now you know he's gonna have to run up and roll. Yeah, and if you're Dadpool, that's when you start to challenge the roll a little bit more.
That's so hard to anti-air.
The easy and command supers, it depends on the super. So like stuff like Ladiva, her super does less damage if you do the easy input. So most characters, it's just like less damage or worse setup. Worse setup for a lot of them, actually.
If he dies, he dies. What is this? What's this?
Yeah, I don't think you get punished.
Oh.
No kill because he just spent super.
Yeah, he spent it earlier. That could have been it. Uh-oh. GG locking down the screen. We got
yeah, this is pretty rough.
Attack. Here we go.
Yeah, GG out. Don't block that in the air. Okay. That was a good escape from Dadpool.
That was really anticlimactic, but I'll tell you what, Reynald.
Oh, he rolled. Why would you roll right there? Freaking Reynald, man.
I don't know, man. Don't press the button. Dodge it.
Man, I gotta say, I think Dadpool needs to, what's it called? Roll the whip a bit more. Yeah, pushing her into the butterfly. Second butterfly is not activated. Now it is. Nice. That's a good setup.
Look at the red.
Damn, that hurt. That did mad damage. Yeah, Dadpool needs to roll a little bit more. I think Reynald is rolling a ton and getting through a lot of the zoning. Right there, that needs to be a roll from Dadpool. And then, like, when she starts doing heavy punch into GG to stop the roll, you just start shooting arrows after, right? You just do standing heavy punch.
The maneuvers.
Ghost roll the whip. That's good. That's good.
Overhead.
I'm a fan of that.
It was towards the tail end of GG.
Dadpool wins in one confirm anyway. Oh, that's kill, right?
Spicy meatball incoming. Digest this.
Jeremy, you fucking nerd.
2 games. That's that bullshit. 2 games for Reynald. Right back in it.
What kind of fucking nerd? Man said spicy meatball.
Hey, Nate, you said
yeah. When you're in situations like that where you see a lot of forward roll against you as Matera, I mean, because her projectiles, you know, her projectiles are quite annoying to deal with. So a lot of people will forward roll over and over. That's when you start just doing this. Yeah, force Reynald to look for the hop, and then then you can commit to zoning after. Got to roll right there for sure.
Ooh, snipe!
Arrow was sick.
Yeah, dodge is no good.
Struck pure and true.
Got to roll.
Oh yeah, getting rid of the GG, striking.
Right there, yeah, dodge is no good. What do you, I mean, what do you really gain by dodging there, right? You're like at distance and neutral in the exact same position.
No anti-air. It's so tough.
He was late on the anti-air. Way late.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get hit by it.
The butterfly setup wants you to press
We saw the exact same setup before. The way the butterfly arcs. So the reason EX butterfly does this, right, is like EX butterfly comes out. This works on hit or block, either way, right? So it works on hit or block, and then what ends up happening is if they block that after, look at the butterfly up here, right? Notice that, oh, whoops. Notice that the butterfly up here starts, hey man, what the fuck? Okay. Okay. Notice the butterfly up here starts to arc downwards. It starts to come down from the top. So then you're like, okay, cool. I can just, God damn it. This fucking alerts box is in the way of my whiteboard. This shit's annoying me. Yeah, it starts to come down. So then you can get like a grounded butterfly setup after. Goddamn XSplit's not playing nice today. Is Reynald a brain player or a body player? He's a heart player. Maybe 100% heart.
Keep him in check. Oh, no punish. It was the same distance.
Yeah, counter hit him. So you have to spend EX arrows in situations like that for hard knockdowns, which you see a lot with this character, right? She needs it.
Yeah, counter hit, 2H. Oh, you're actually getting comboed into it. More Oki. Again?
Yeah, you can combo off the throw too. Oh no. That's brutal. He just got smoked.
He wasn't even done. Look at that.
So rolls lose to low attacks, but they go through projectiles and all kinds of other shit, so.
Actually insane. Reynald looking at match point.
Yeah, Reynolds interesting, right? Other fairy players will just take the uppercut and reset and stuff. Reynolds is always like, nah, give me the same setup. I just want to run it over and over.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Indeed. It's mad fun, dude.
Yeah, you can throw them, and also they lose the low attacks. Oh, he missed the combo. It didn't matter. Reynolds tried to preemptively anti-air that, it looked like. Yeah, this hurts.
Set up for butterfly.
Empty low. That second butterfly hasn't been activated yet. Uh-oh. Man, who cares if you block the overhead? She just switches sides anyway. Oh, no. Oh, missed GG? Or did he not have it? I don't think he quite built it back, actually.
Try to dodge. Can't make any mistakes. No reckless rolling here.
It didn't miss. It just doesn't work on fairy at that distance. Man, that's annoying. You know, there's something that I was doing with one of my characters that I found just doesn't work on her at certain ranges either. I don't remember what it was.
Dadpool, staying alive. 2-2, sir.
I thought it was 3-2 Dadpool at this point, actually. Am I wrong? Did they not count one? I don't remember.
Walking from so far, saying fairy's moves, it's so funny. GG! Dadpool!
Dude, I don't even know what's going on in this game, and this set is so intense.
Yeah, Reynolds always got the jug. Man, you gotta roll those.
Was it Narmia or Narmaya? Narmaya, got it.
There was a while where they were not allowing people to bring in like drinks to Wednesday night fights, including water, and I was like, this can't happen. Because I bring water too.
Good and keeping his jump options ambiguous as well, which is exactly the kind of thing you need on offense.
I wonder actually if Matera, even if she rolls the arrow, if she has a punish.
That could have been an unblockable, by the way.
Oh, that's unblockable. One of the things you never really want to do, actually, against any character in this game that has a projectile, is air block it. Right here, he did air back hop, and he ends up blocking this in the air. Grounded normals are not blockable, right? So, like, air blockable, excuse me. Grounded normals are not air blockable. So, like, in this case, it's legit. There's nothing you can do here. You just get hit. So he could have EX whipped there to combo for sure, but yeah. Damn, the trade. That did a lot of damage. Yeah, if you're Reynolds, you just wait for one good EX whip, essentially, I think. Oh, the lasso. As soon as you start seeing her spin it, you just probably wait, right?
Blown up.
Welcome to Fairy Town. Population U, bro.
Yeah, this is in SoCal. This is Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah, full distance. Oh, at least 3/4. No. Why? No.
I think that's one of the first EXDPs he's done out of that setup. Oh, man. He's been hit by so many of those raw arrows. Nice staggered low. I was just saying earlier I wanted him to do that a little bit more since Dadpool was standing
Here comes
up.
the spicy meatball. He's going to go for the screen lock. Oh, he is going to go for the screen lock. Doesn't matter. You're in the corner.
Yeah, what Jeremy was saying is he's going to walk back to pull the screen with him so that you can't walk away from it. But he didn't even have to, right? Because of the... what's it called?
And as long as these hits are hidden...
He didn't have to because he was already cornered.
Keep coming. He's going to build himself another Skybound Art. It's dangerous. Oh, he ran into it.
This is good damage. And he has both of his specials, or he has both of his EX arrows for knockdowns here if he gets a hit.
No, I'm lying, actually.
Rain Shower hasn't been so useful in this matchup so far, huh?
Here comes another Skybound.
Oh, no anti-air.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than enough. Reynald, again, 2 Skybound Arts.
Look at the fizz bomb is out there. He's like, come on, bro.
Damn. And it's not even just because he's hitting. Like,
Yeah, the Rain Shower is... So the other thing about Rain Shower is it's very useful when characters have to approach you because it's air unblockable. But if you don't have to approach this character, like your fairy, you know, it's kind of hard to, like, really utilize it as, like, a space control move, because then what ends up happening is just, like, in mid-range, if you're committing to Rain Shower, you're not putting anything on the screen that's, like, dangerous horizontally, which is where she just hits Heavy Punch, or does EX Whip, right? So you're like, okay, well. Yeah, it's good. It's useful in combos, and also you can do 1H into the EX arrow and make it unblockable.